Hey everybody, how are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a good night. So I want to take a few minutes and talk about true crime cases, okay? Or at least some of the ones that have been around. So you take a look at Scotty Morris's case. For those of you that are not familiar, he was a 13-year-old boy who went missing from his parents' home after they made him go to school wearing a punishment t-shirt. They shaved his head. It was a whole big thing. So he went missing anyway. Turns out that, was it 2 weeks later? I want to say it was 2 weeks later. He was actually found 5 minutes from his home while talking to his mother on the street. That's how the cops found him. And the cops put out a statement. It said, there will be no further statements made in this case. So there that one goes. And then you have cases like look at this Rudy Farias case, okay? Where this kid had been missing or this young man had been missing for 8 years, and then it turns out that he wasn't missing, and then turned out that his mother was keeping him, to play daddy, locked up in her home, and then you find out that he wasn't actually locked up in her home. He had a job. He went to go visit neighbors. He was always hanging out with people. He had free will to drive her car around. And then he did his interview. And, I mean, at the end of that, you couldn't tell if this was actually a legit case or if this was one big scam for him and his mother to make money. And look at Idaho 4 case, right? What a shit show that is. I mean, there's so many different theories going around, and there's a whole lot of people that think he is innocent. There's a whole lot of people that think he's guilty, but evidence doesn't add up. Nothing makes sense. So there you go. Then you look at Kiely Rodni's case. Kiely Rodni's case took you down so many rabbit holes, and then when after you've gone through all these rabbit holes, you're like, okay, well, not one of those rabbit holes makes the whole story make sense. So what the hell is really going on here, right? And then you hear absolutely nothing. No updates, no cop pressers, no press conferences, no nothing. Just silence, crickets. What the hell is that all about? Look at the Henrietta murders, right? You had all that House of Horrors, all of that was done, and then he was obviously part of a ring of traffickers, and nothing was ever done about that. You never heard another word about that. It just disappeared from the headlines. On the other hand, you have cases like Madeline, I don't want to say her name wrong, Kojakari, or I think it is, who is actually missing. Nobody knows what's going on with her. You got cases like Maddie McCann, been missing all these years. Nobody knows what the heck happened. Summer Wells, actually missing. Nobody knows, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that it's this way, because it does deter some people, I feel like, from even wanting to get involved in any of this, because they're like, for what? Like, are these hoaxes? Are these real? Am I wasting my time? And part of it, my mind goes to, okay, well, they know there's internet sleuths who like digging and will dig and dig and dig and find all the information they can find. So if they can keep you busy without pushing these cases out and keep all of us busy looking and sleuthing into these cases, then we won't actually be using our gifts to go over and sleuth and where they don't want us looking, right? Where they don't want us to find things that actually need to be uncovered. So part of my mind goes there. It's like back and forth, but it just seems like this whole thing is a freaking shit show, honestly. I mean, you've got creators that are, supposed to be standing for the victim, supposed to be a voice for the voiceless, and then they go and do terrible things that, that go actually against the victim and against the victim's families, and you guys know what I'm talking about there. So, like I said, I think it would be a lot more productive. I think a lot more people would get involved if
for sure.
it didn't seem to be, you know, is this a hoax? Is this real? Is this legit? Like, why doesn't anything add up? How come nothing makes sense in any of these cases? How come we never heard anything? How come nothing was ever released? Why don't autopsies make sense? You know what I mean? All of this craziness. And I just a thought, but it would make sense that they push these out to keep us looking in over here instead of using our skills to be looking over here, uncovering shit that does need to be brought to light, uncovering dark secrets that do need to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that thought with you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. I will see you next time.